welcome once again to this week's session. This program is sponsored by SunnyTV, the Gloria Hassall Foundation, Landis Essentials and Kane Pharmacy. Today I will be discussing the topic rejection in marriage. So if you've got kids and you don't want them to hear about this topic, then just to let you know that take precaution with the kids. So every individual has their own needs and desires, and this makes conflict inevitable in relationships. So couples really need to know what their partner desires and what their partner needs, what their needs and desires are in a relationship sexually, and learn how to deal with these desires in situations or scenarios where they feel they cannot fulfill these desires. You know, couples need to know how to communicate this to their partners. So sexual desires as a conflict in marriage is one of the most damaging problems that couples face in marriages and relationships. So sexual rejection in marriages and relationships raises questions and doubts of, it causes partners and couples to feel insecure and also question their attractiveness. That's no mean I'm unattractive. That's no mean I'm not attractive enough. For you, what has changed? How have things changed? Why no? Couples just ask questions about why they are getting rejected in a relationship. It can be frustrating because people generally want that acceptance, in marriage and relationships sexually. So, they don't, when you say no, they're thinking, what's going on here? They just start overthinking, are they seeing someone else, or are they getting it somewhere else, So they're thinking, what's going on here? So they're expecting it to be just me. It's like you're supposed to be having sex with just me. So why are you saying no? What's going on? Are you getting it somewhere else? Are you seeing someone else? All these questions start to sort of, rise in the person's mind and the person's head, and they start to overthink things sometimes. So part of the frustration is the fact that in a monogamous relationship, it's supposed to be that one couple, that one person partner having sex with that one partner. So, or else to say that couple or those two people having sex together alone and only. So if, let's say, the man is getting rejected from the woman, and this is a monogamous man, this is a man who doesn't see the need to go outside of his marriage, it's going to be like, you're supposed to be having sex with me. Why are you saying no? I can't go outside either. So why am I supposed to be getting sex? If you're not going to give it to me, where do I have to go? These questions start to rise, and these questions start to just linger in their mind. So there's a bit of a conflict here. Even though it's like, I can't, you can't go out of the marriage. This is in a monogamous relationship where there's faithfulness and loyalty within the partners and between the couples. They know that, okay, I can't go outside of the marriage, but then I can't get sex either. So you get this conflict of, well, I can't go out, but I can't get it in either. So there's that conflict, which can be very frustrating and play on the mind of the couples involved in the relationship. So as much as that is creating that conflict where the couples know they can't go outside of the relationship to get sex because they're in a monogamous relationship, at the same time, the question is, can one say no, basically? Has one got the right to say no in a relationship? And under what circumstances has the person got the right to say no? For some, in relationships, like sometimes when the woman is in her menses, well, it's no because she's in her menses. And there's been stories that women use that as an excuse to sort of shy away from sex or demands from their partners. Well, there's that school of thought, there's that thought. But research says that you could actually say no to your partner, but it is how you say it that makes all the difference. Because sometimes maybe you've had a long day at work, you're tired, you're run down, you can't really keep up with the demands, you just haven't got the energy, or you're feeling sick, you're feeling ill, So really, if you're denying or if you're saying no, it should be for genuine reasons. It shouldn't just be the norm, or you shouldn't really be taking a piss saying no all the time. You should be, if you say no, it should be for genuine reasons, as you know, you're feeling ill, or you're literally ill, or you're really tired, you've just had a really long day, and it's just you probably haven't even got the appetite for sex, you've got a low sex drive at that point, you know. But some people also say that even if you've got that low drive, just give in and satisfy your partner anyway. So that's like a compromise. So, well, you may not be in the mood, but your partner is in the mood, so compromise and let them get things their way, let them get what they want. There is that school of thought as well. And then there's a school of thought that says that, well, if you're not really in the mood, let your partner know that I'm not in the mood. But you assess the situation yourself. This depends on each couple. I think communication is the key, and there needs to be understanding. There needs to be communication. You know, if you can't or you don't want to, you need to communicate this to your partner and give them genuine and good reasons why you believe or you can't. You know, because the word is can't. I can't do it, and this is the reason. But it is how you say it that makes the difference. That's what is either going to strengthen your relationship or tear you apart. So you need to realize as well that communication and how you communicate this makes a difference, as in you could hurt your partner. How you say it, the other party could be hurt, or they could sort of lose a bit of ego, like that rejection, like am I not good enough, or what has changed, or maybe a woman has had a child and she's thinking, oh my god, since I have this baby, he's rejecting me, you know, has my body changed, or am I less attractive now? So you have to be careful you don't hurt the other party or your partner's feelings. So, well, you can say no, but think about the consequences of the no, and also think of how you're saying no, and think of how your partner is going to feel, and also think of how you would feel if your partner did the same to you. So as much as you can say no, just think of all these things that could run through your partner's head and also could affect your relationship and affect the strength of your relationship. You need to think of all these things. The truth is, the goal is to have a strong relationship, a good relationship, a relationship that works all round. So your goal is to have an active sexual relationship. Your goal is to satisfy your partner sexually. Your goal is to keep your partner happy sexually, and you expect the same for your partner as well. So this is a couple working together, or couples working together, you know, towards these goals, and just working together to make sure that each party is happy and satisfied, and also communicate the problems and challenges and conflicts in this aspect of the marriage, the sexual aspects of the marriage, to each party, to make sure that there's some sort of mutual respect and understanding, and there's no feeling of rejection and dejection and hurt and pain, and you know, someone feeling that they're not wanted and all that. You know, you just have to make sure that the communication is done in a subtle and gentle way, so that your partner's ego and feelings aren't hurt in any way. So I did some research into the University of Toronto's psychologist James King, where he sort of had some hypotheses and research around rejection, sexual rejection in marriage, and we're just gonna zoom in onto his research and findings. So basically, the research analysis talks around where Kim and his colleagues grouped married couples into groups and types of rejection, and under his research analysis, he says that sexual rejection can be grouped under 4 types. So reassuring, the first is reassuring rejection. In this case, you gently, calmly say no to your partner, and you reassure them. It's like a polite, nice way of saying no in a reassuring way. You reassure them that you love them. You reassure them that it's not because your body is not looking as good for me as it used to, maybe I'm genuinely tired and can't really get on with it tonight, and offer alternative ways, maybe hugging, cuddling, kissing, instead of a blunt no. You're sort of giving alternatives to sort of reassure your partner that it isn't like I don't really want you, I do want you, but at this moment I'm probably a bit too tired or not really in the mood. And so it's just a nice way of saying, oh, why don't we try tomorrow night, because tonight I'm feeling really tired, and then give alternative to maybe cuddling, kissing, and just reassuring them that, look, I really want you, you're all I want, but tonight is, it's just a struggle for me. So basically just reassuring your partner and being very polite about it, and letting them know that it's got nothing to do with them. You're not rejecting them, you're just really tired and can't get it on that particular time, and maybe promise them another time and then get it on that time. That sort of rejection in quote. And then the next one is hostile rejection, where you just give a blunt no. You are very blunt that you don't want sex, you're harsh with your words, you're not gentle, you're not kind with your words. It's a blatant rejection. You're probably criticizing them, you're criticizing their body, or you're criticizing something they did. Literally talking down on them, or not showing kind, not showing love, not showing affection. So it's a blatant no, it's a blatant rejection, where your partner literally feels bad and feels blatantly rejected, feels unwanted, feels undesired, and that sort of rejection. So that's hostile rejection, just a blatant no, a blatant rejection basically. Yeah. So that was the second form of rejection, categorized under hostile rejection. And the hostile rejection as well, you could give your partner the silent treatment. That falls under that. And you could also criticize the way they have sex. I don't know, maybe tell them that they don't satisfy you enough, or they are not good enough, or whatever. That also falls under hostile rejection. So the third form of rejection is assertive rejection, where you speak in a clear tone, a clear voice. You're very straight to the point, and you're telling them that you do not want sex, you can't have sex, or you don't want to have sex with them. But at the same time, you're not empathetic about it. You're not really taking into consideration how they feel. You're probably not checking your tone. You're not checking how you're saying it. You're just really clear and straight to the point, and just going boom, 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 saying it straight to the point as it is. So that's assertive rejection. I don't think that is the best way either, because it depends how you're saying it. Like, you can be assertive and not cold, or you can be assertive and not mean, or you can be assertive and not criticize. You can just be assertive and straight to the point. So again, it all depends on the individual and how they go about it, how their tone, their voice, and how they communicate this to their partner. But usually in the assertive form of rejection, the researcher says, James Kim says, and his researchers say that according to the research, that you do not take your partner's feelings into consideration, because it's all about me and the fact that I don't want it tonight, basically. The fourth form of rejection is deflecting rejection, where you pretend to not notice that your partner wants sex. You may sleep in a way that's hard for them to access you or snuggle, or you may pretend to sleep, clearly rejecting their advances and stuff. That sort of acting dumb sort of attitude. I haven't noticed, or I haven't seen it, or I don't know what you're on about, or I'm asleep. That sort of pretentious, dumb sort of acting dumb sort of attitude, where you're pretending you haven't noticed that your partner is craving for sex, or would like to have sex, basically. So that's deflecting form of rejection, according to James Kim's research. So we will end here with the forms of rejection, and next week we will talk about effective ways of communicating rejection in marriage or in a relationship. So this is the end of today's session. This program is sponsored by SunnyTV, the Gloria Hassall Foundation, King Pharmacy, and Gandhi's Essentials. You look after yourself, have a good week, and we will catch up with this discussion next week. Take care. Bye.
Gloria Hassall Show comes your way every Saturday, 7 p.m. on SunnyTV with your host, Gloria Hassall, to break down the importance of addressing and discussing issues like current affairs, marriage, culture, economy, health, wealth, and education on Gloria Hassall Show, 7 p.m. every Saturday on SunnyTV.